Hey, I'm Kim, I'm a motion graphic designer, and I'm gonna tell you about the time I was a Disney cast member, all those years ago, okay? I was in the college program, the Disney college program, probably in the year 2010, I think, right? So, and I still think I'm a cast member now, I still feel it in my mind, like, I still point with two fingers because I feel like one finger's rude. They say this one thing all the time: stay in character and play the part. It's part of your training, right? When you were earning your ears, you learned it. Even when you feel crappy, you still show up to work and work with a smile, because it's not everybody's fault that you don't feel good. Okay, I understand that. Even though later on with certain things, it does kind of poison you. But when you're on the work floor, you perform like a professional and you do it with a smile so that your customer, your client, whoever will walk away with a positive experience. You always want to be professional and wonderful, and then when you get home, do whatever you want. You home, whatever. Okay. So the one thing I really, really, really took away from my Disney experience, because I made sure I was in merchandise, okay? I was a merchandise host, and I took away from there toy collecting, because I was in the stores all the time with toys and gadgets and gizmos galore, like everything. Ariel would have been losing her mind, man. I was in there. And so I'm sitting there. You couldn't sit, let me not say that. I was walking around the store in these really uncomfortable shoes because I'd done worn down after walking in them for so long. And I would look at all these toys that I wasn't buying and look at how they were crafted, Like, I know you can buy some of these things at Walmart, but there was something about a toy at Disney World that made it feel special. Even as a cast member working there, I'd look at the toys and say, this one has an amount of detail that the one at Walmart does not have, and maybe I drank the Kool-Aid, but I was looking at these things and being like, yes, you can buy a variation at the department store, but it's not going to feel like this. It's going to feel similar. It's a bootleg. So, like, I remember I used to go so hard for these pins because the pins had these little small details, and little quips and little puns in these little tiny packages. And then I used to be really in love with all of them. I used to look at them. I understand why they were collectibles, because each pin had a story. And the fact that you could tell a story on something as small as a pin was magical to me, okay? So, I used to love, and I will say this, and my family will be like, no way, because I'm very messy. I'm messy, but I love organization. It's weird. Like, I love things that keep things in compartments and color coordinated, But I also have this other part of me that is like, if I know it's going to get messy, I don't want to organize it again. And that comes from the fact that I used to work in two different storerooms, right? I used to work in the, whenever I would get assigned stocking in Disney, we had the pins or the toys, and you go to the store and you'd be restocking it. You'd be moving things around and all that stuff. And the worst thing was if there was a storm under the Sorcerer Hat, RIP, when the Sorcerer Hat used to be at Hollywood Studios, and the Sorcerer Hat was a wind tunnel. So I never forget one time when I think I didn't put like a rubber band on or something, and the wind came under the Sorcerer Hat after I just finished stocking, and it blew everything off. And in my mind, I was just like, screw this. But we had to do it over again. But it was just so hurtful, man. It was so hurtful. But I loved stocking, even though it's like a mind-numbing thing where you just put things up and then you move along. You put things up and you keep going. It's so great, So every time I do it at home, like I organize things, I kind of like get into a groove, It's the same groove I get to when I'm doing art and I'm sitting there for hours and hours. I just get lost in it. But sometimes I feel like I can't do that, so I don't do it as much. Like cleaning is an event for me. If I'm cleaning, I'm cleaning. I'm not cleaning and going out. I'm not cleaning and doing laundry. I'm cleaning. Sitting down, I'm going to super focus on one event at a time, and that's it. Last thing I remember, there's going to be a part 2 to this anyway, but talking to people and hearing their stories. I was really bad because I used to really love to get people to open up and talk, which made a line, the line used to get long, okay? The line would get long, people would be angry, and I'd get in trouble. I never really, even though I really got into people's stories and got people to open up, I didn't know that was considered unprofessional. I would, I'm doing like I'm rapping things, but I would always get people to open up while they're talking. So people would come back and talk to me again because I was that cast member who was talking to you like, hey, so how's your day? Oh, you come from here? Oh, how's that? Da da da. Oh, wow, I love your shirt. Da-da-da. Like I'm that person who, my wife always says it, if I see somebody in the street and they have something on that's interesting, I'm going to talk to you. I will sit there and talk. The only time it doesn't happen is when I know I'm rushing. And these days, for some reason, I feel like I'm always in a rush. I'm striving towards a life where I can carry on some of my training I got from Disney, whether it's being way more organized and sitting down and figuring out the process of getting all my platforms and everything in order, and also carving out time to figure out all of my clients, pain points and their backstory, so I can figure out why they think the way they do and what their real goal is. Because even as Disney has, tiny details that go beyond just the surface level, clients also have that whenever I'm talking to them. They'll go from, I need a flyer, to, okay, so I need a flyer that's going to impress this board. The board, they may be older folks who feel like I'm not worthy of this role that I have. And I need to make it so that they see it, but also this flyer is meant to impress newcomers also. So I want to impress two groups of people at once. Can you do that? And how will you do that? Older people, they need bigger font because their eyes are getting a little different as they get older. Younger people need images that make them feel excited and they make them feel like they're part of something. Because when you're younger, you're yearning to feel like you belong somewhere, okay? And that's the kind of energy I bring to every project I go on. I want to learn the deeper thing. And that's why I can't just work anywhere. That's what I got from Disney. Listen. I was Kadeem. This was Draw With Me. Hopefully, y'all loving this series. I want you to draw while I talk. You can talk back if you want. You can put comments down below. I really do enjoy doing these because I get to talk about my experiences and working. And as I, navigate this new freelance lifestyle of mine, I just want to know who's doing similar things, who's looking back on working for the man and what you learned from it. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.